welcome you all to my channel. So for today we are going to be making a simple video on how to cut umbrella top or a circle top. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. So before we move into the basic measurements, I want to bring up this topic to you guys. Will you guys love us to bring in a specialist that does tie and dye? They call it adire here in Nigeria, but the English name is tie and dye. So will you guys love me to bring in a specialist that does tie and dye and putting on a sample of a tie and dye top? So if you guys want me to bring in a specialist to teach us how to do tie and dye, now don't forget to comment down below. So when I see high number of comments, high numbers of likes, it simply means that you guys want me to bring in the specialist. What she's going to do is she's going to teach us how to dye our clothes and how to make use of tie and dye, how to dye our clothes, different methods of tie and dye. So if you guys want that on this channel, just comment down below and click on that like button. So when I see high number of comments or likes, I'm going to bring in the specialist. So aside that, what are the basic measurements required for this umbrella top? We need our top length, shoulder and our bust measurements. Note that whether you're making yours a dress or a top, the same method applies to it. Okay, so our top length is 22 inches, so I'm going to add 2 inches for my hemming allowance. I have 24 inches. So my shoulder measurement is 14 inches. I'm going to divide it by 2 to give us 7 inches. So divided by 2, we have 7 inches. Plus half inch for our sleeve allowance, we have 7.5 inches. So my bust divided by 4, we have 9.5, plus 2 inches, we have 11.5 inches. So peradventure yours is a dress, you just include your waist measurements and your hip measurements to the basic measurements. So now let's move to the fabric. So this is the fabric we are making use of. Now I've actually folded it because the fabric is a shaking fabric, so that is why I folded it earlier on, because it's going to be difficult for me to fold it because the fabric shakes a lot. So but the first thing you have to do is fold your fabric in a triangular form. So I'm going to use this fabric to show you guys an example of how to fold it. So you are going to fold it like the way you fold your flay. You just fold it like this. I hope you guys can see the way you fold your flay. So you place it like this. So basically what I did was, this is your fabric, so you fold it like this, the way you fold your flay, to give you a triangular shape like this. Make this triangular shape to cut the fabric. Okay, so that is what we have here. So okay, you guys can see the better view, a clearer view of the tie and dye top. So if you guys want me to bring in a specialist, kindly comment down below so we could also learn how to tie and dye our clothes also. So the first thing we have to take now is our shoulder measurements. Note that I didn't start from this upper part because our shoulder measurement is 7.5 inches. So we are going to mark where we have 7.5 inches at this point. So if your shoulder measurement comes down a little, so you just mark it at this point. Otherwise, just look for where you have your shoulder measurement. So mine is 7.5, it comes down at this point. So I'm going to mark the 7.5 inches. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. So I'm going to mark my 7.5 inches. So I'm going to take a straight line to indicate where I started marking it from. So this is the straight line of where I started marking it from. Don't forget I said this fabric is shaking, so that is why I'm going to be very careful with it. So basically for this top, you can make use of about 1.5 inches, 1.5 yards rather, basically for a simple top like this. So what we have to do now is to mark our armhole measurement. So my armhole measurement is 8 inches. I'm going to make use of 8 inches. So you draw your armhole curve. You draw your armhole curve at this point. So now you take your bust measurement. So our bust measurement is 11.5 inches. I'm going to mark 11.5 inches. So I'm just going to use this bust measurement to bring it all the way down because it's actually a circle top, so it flows. So now for you to take your top length, we are going to start from this point where you marked your shoulder measurement. So we are going to mark our top length. So just start from this point to get the exact length. So from this point to where you have your 21 inches, 22, 24 inches rather, let me shift it up a little. Okay, good. So at this point, you place it at this point, not at the beginning, because basically this is where you started your basic measurements from. So you place it at this point, you mark your 24 inches, you mark it round like this. Look at the way I'm marking it. I didn't take it a straight line. So you place it at this point, you mark it, you place it at this point, you mark it, so you connect the lines together. You place it at this point, then you mark it and you connect the lines together. So what I did basically was to mark our shoulder measurements. After our shoulder measurements, we took our armhole measurements, our bust measurements. Now at this point, we just placed the tape measure and we took it round to give us the round shape at the down part. So after that, we are going to take our neckline. So you are going to determine the number of inches you want for your neckline. So I'm going to make use of 3 inches by 4.5 inches. So because I don't want it to be very deep. You know, I said the fabric is shaking very well. So I'm going to cut out my neckline. So don't forget, if you want me to bring in a specialist to teach us how to cut, tie and dye, drop your comments down below, like the video, tell me if you want to learn it, how to do tie and dye, and I'm going to bring a specialist down. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and turn on your notification. Okay, turn on your notification. So basically this top is very simple, so let me just show you guys what it's going to look like. Okay, this is the front panel. Look at it. Let me just show you guys what it's going to look like. So you're going to have this. It's very easy. So this is the front panel. So this is what you're going to have. Can you see it? It brought out the, let me show you guys clearly. So this is what we are going to have very quickly. Let me show you guys what we are going to have very quickly. So I hope you guys can see it. So it's going to come like this. So this is how to cut an umbrella top or a circle top. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. If you want me to bring up somebody to teach us adire, tie and dye, please comment below, like this video, share. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.